The way back took less time as I tried to concentrate on rowing and ignored everything else. My only wish was to get back alive, as the first trip hadn't gone without consequences, and now my hands started to hurt only after a few sweeps of the oar. Having tied the boat, I fell to the ground with no energy left. Sylvia and Lena looked over me. "You could have said something if it was too hard for you." Yes. Never mind. I'm fine. I'm a macho brute. I'll be fine. I'll just lie here for a bit and everything will be alright. Okay, now. These baskets... okay then. Then get these baskets to Olga. We'll have something else to do. Yeah, sure. I was ready to agree with anything at the moment so I wouldn't have to get up. Sylvia put the basket full of strawberries next to me and headed to the square, happily chatting with Lena about something. The hardest part is done anyways. That's what I thought before I got up and took those baskets. After rowing, they felt like cement bags, even while weighing barely more than a few kilograms each. So the trip to the camp leader's cabin took much longer than usual. I had to stop every 50 meters to rest. Once I finally made it, I put the baskets on the ground and sat on the desk chair with some difficulty. Olga! Olga! I've got a present for you! Zip. No, wait. Pervert. There was no answers. I barely managed to get up and enter the cabin. There was nobody there. If you don't need them, it's up to you. I lay down on the deck chair and fell asleep. I had a weird dream about a strawberry race. I was rowing with my last ounces of strength, trying to escape the huge berries that were chasing me. My hands were failing me, and I could barely see anything because of the sweat pouring down my face. Blood was hammering my tempers, but these strawberries, they were getting closer. They were baring their teeth at me. But wait, strawberries with teeth? Simon. I woke up. Olga was standing beside me, shaking my shoulder. "I see you got a rich harvest, don't you?" She was pointing at my crotch. And yes it is. I said this last time, and I'm going to say it again. Well, here's the thing. I could just do the opposite of what I did last time, but I'm still taking credit for someone else, and I don't want to. I want to help Sylvia. Anyways, yeah, the girls helped. Okay, but that's not all. Seriously, I was just anticipating the lovely rest I would have. Do you even know what these strawberries are for? You know, not a clue. What an honest confession. We're going to make a cake out of them. After the test, there'll be a cake and counseling. I see. Well, that makes sense. And it's all thanks to you. Yeah, Lena didn't help. Well, I didn't invite Lena. Sylvia didn't help, but damn it, she was cute that time, so I forgive her. It was clear that getting the strawberries wasn't the last thing left for me to do. And why, dear God, why? Please tell me, if I'm such a hero, why do I have to organize a celebration in my name all by myself? Well, I guess. So, I have an important task for you. We are missing yeast, flour, and sugar. Sorry. Does anyone still remember, excuse me, that song, Sugar? And need it all in a canteen before dinner, sir. And those who will make the cake can't deal with this on their own? I asked pitifully. Of course they can't. All of them are busy, smoking and having sex. I mean, you have seen the nurse, right? Every adult in this cabin, every paid staff member in this camp seems to be a pervert, so what? And you are the only one in the whole camp who does nothing. While her words were partly true, that doesn't make it easier for me now. Moreover, those words felt like a bullet to my head. So, write it down. You'll get yeast from the infirmary, flour from the biblioteca, and sugar from the clubhouse. Oh, wait, what? I have no time. I'm in a hurry, she said so cutely. Oops, what did I press? I think I might have opened up a program accidentally. I have no time. I'm in a hurry. Good luck. She smiled slyly and left. Of course, there's a lot of storage things in the camp, but yeast in the infirmary? Okay, I can deal with that, but flour in a library and sugar? No, it was beyond comprehension. I spat on the floor. I don't want to, and I will not believe this. Tell me, just tell me you are pulling my leg. You could have been pulling another body part. I would not be surprised if a crowd of flat green trolls would appear here right now beside me, and every one of them feeling obligated to laugh at me. Again, I have a sound effect button for that, but I don't know where my sound effects are. Oh well, probably for the best. So maybe to hell with this cake. I weighed my options for some time. No, if such a major plan of Olga's were to fall through, I'd sure be in a world of hurt for it. And it would complicate both my life in camp and my search for answers, which I've stopped quite for a while. It seems I have no choice. So, library, infirmary, and clubhouse. Where do I want to go first? Clubhouse then. I felt like I've gone through more things today than all previous days combined. Well, you're getting close to the end of the week, so that's probably why. Excuse me. Again, guys, I said this last time. I appreciate everything below here you're doing. Heck, everything below here. Why the ears? I know there's a character we unlock later, supposedly, that's a cat girl, but why? I mean, guys, come on. Come on. Bunny ears. You should have went with bunny ears. That's acceptable. What's in your pocket? Oh, no, it's not pocket. Why is that a VCR there? Oh, is that the special video? Anyways, was building something. They were so busy, they didn't even notice me. I looked closely. It seemed to be some kind of robot quotation, or at least the body of one. Moreover, the robot was female and had animal ears. I didn't want to make up theories about the purpose of such a device for luminaries of the Cybernetic Club. Even though the design looked practically workable, I had my doubts as to the robot would be able to conquer Earth, or at least be able to do anything other than lay down and take it. Sorry. I'm just making theories, but they seem to be enjoying the process more than the end result itself. And there was something, and that was something we shared, even though I didn't want to admit it. On the other hand, they weren't afraid of the possibility of failure, criticism, or jokes. They were working towards their goal without paying attention to others. Who, I ask, would call it unrealistic or even absurd? Oh, it looked like I'm truly comparing them to luminaries of science. Hey, you guys! I greeted them uncertainly. You saw the sex spot. Oh, Simon, come in. Always glad to see you. I was actually already inside. You know, sorry about what happened yesterday. I barely remember anything, but, well, you know what? Just don't worry about it. It's all right. And what brings you to our humble abode? Electronic looked slyly. Again, stop winking at me. I'm not cleaning your chimney. He might. Sometimes I feel he makes such a face when he knows something about the other person, something he can use in the right moment. sugar. Anyways, I need sugar. Can't see. There's a new sugar song. What is it by who's that guy in the anyways, pour some sugar on me, oh, in the name of love. Sorry, not a new song, but whatever. An image of ancient video game suddenly came to mind, where some kind of unit like a builder or something cried out with a all 5-pixel statue, gold, we need more gold. We got it, said Electronic calmly. Why would you want it? I felt that I shouldn't explain to Shurik that what... Oh yeah, I shouldn't bake a cake for him. I shouldn't spoil the surprise. You know, for things for... I'm going to put it in the camp leader's car. Sorry, I just noticed this over here. Is that a map of Seattle? Is that VVC? That's a hammer. That's a funny face. I'm just looking for secrets now. Run. Okay, I'll run. Anyways, what? Olga told me to get some. Okay, hang on. Electronic disappeared behind the door and into the next room. And why, pray tell, is there sugar here? Why not the canteen? Why, I just noticed a little CPU there. Because Electronic just moved, sorry. Well, the food truck came last time. Last thing it was to unload. And given that our building is the closest to the entrance, they decided to leave it here to save some effort. I said, burping in his face. That's reasonable, isn't it? Electronic opened the door, revealing... The door opened. Let me try again. Take 2. The door opened, revealing Electronic holding a huge bag behind him. I really don't know what size of cake will be, but that was obviously too much sugar. Said no American ever. Well, thanks, but I don't need it all. Said no American ever. Said no woman ever. Not the sugar part, but the size and all, and never mind. Picture the window yourself. But where would we put it? Picture the window yourself. Electronic gave me a surprised look. We don't have a plate. Where the fuck did you just take it then? Put it back there, huh? You asked for sugar, so take it. It seemed that the previous smile of his wasn't without reason. Maybe you'll help me? It's not too far to carry. We're busy. He pointed his hand at the robot. I gazed at Shurik. He owed me, after all. He hesitated, then looked away in shame. I sighed, took the bag, and headed to the door. You know, thanks anyways, you bastards, I said, parting, excusing myself. But I didn't make it too far. Just after a mere 20 meters, I had to put the bag down and rest. By the way, I did this last time, which made sense in the grand line of the story, but wonder how it works out now. Way too much, but it felt like I had 20 kilos. But on one hand, it was just 200 meters to canteen. On the other hand, such a distance with a payload on my shoulder or in my hands, on my legs, etc., looked impossible for me to cover. As I resigned myself to move in minor sprints with prolonged pauses so I could, and I heard a voice behind me. I'm in you. What? No. It's still Lena. Even though I'm in after Sylvia, Lena's still here. Okay. Maybe I could help you? I saw Lena in front of me. I don't think you can. It was one of those moments when I felt painfully how dramatic I was out of shape. I can bring a handcart. A handcart? Why didn't I think of that myself? Yeah, you know, that'd be great. Wait here. I'll be right back. She smiled and ran in the direction of the square. Wait, what would I do without her? It's a good thing Lena isn't as always as shy and can take initiative sometimes. There we go, English. I started to think and drink. Without no trace of shyness on her face, and actually the complete opposite, smiled and confident. The offer to help wasn't extraordinary by itself, but getting it from Lena, is what I was trying to do last game, but I ended up sleeping with Alice. A few minutes later, she came back with a smallish cart. I put the bag down on it. Arigato gozaimasu. Don't mention it. She blushed and looked down. Now, there's the Lena we know. I'll go then. Yeah, see ya. And thanks again, I shouted after her. Sometimes I feel like there are two different people living inside Lena. She's bipolar. But the second one, confident, happy, and sometimes even bold, only appears. So I have this conversation even if I haven't been after her. Interesting. Or am I making up things again? I thought that it would be better if I keep all the greens at once. So yeah. See, last time, excuse me, that was a whiskey. Last time I got the handcart last, so I just had everything go at once. So I'm leaving the handcart there until I get everything. So let's go visit Zoe, the dominatrix. I don't think I've been outside the library before. This is kind of interesting. What's this place? Huh. If every other place on the cake ingredient list made at least some sense, then flour from the library made none. I thought hard about who would put it in. Again, Zoe needed the flour. It's a thing where you spread flour on some guy's stomach and then drip wax on. No, wait a minute. Anyways, let's just forget I was talking about that. Because it's not wax. Anyway, no. The library was a supplement. Given Zoe's harsh nature, I better knock first. 2-piece, open. Again, very demanding. Sit, doggy, sit. Again, she looks like she's judging you with that hand. Like, you're wearing that. Zoe peered at me closely from behind her glasses. And what do you want? Don't think anything weird, but I need you tonight. No, I didn't want to look like an idiot and decided to explain things carefully. I need some flour. Olga said that it's here. I understand that sounds strange, keeping flour in the library, but I was sent to you and I need the cake, so flour? Yes, I have the flour. What's so strange about that? Zoe replied without surprise. That actually rhymed. At that second, I felt like I've been hit on the head with a heavy weight and lost the ability to understand anything at all. Again, I've been drinking, so I'm not too far off. Sure, what's strange about that? We're in Wonderland. I'm Alice, and I got to eat the magic mushrooms, and again, you're actually in a 17-year-old's body all of a sudden, and you're, again, surrounded by hot teenagers your own age. Hey... yeah. I was daydreaming. Wait here. I'll be right back. She disappeared behind a bookshelf while I folded my hands and started waiting. A moment later, a sound of a trap door opened and I fell to my doom. The end. Groaning behind. Hey, do you need help with anything? I inquired loudly. I'll deal with it, said Zoe from a distance. Zoe barked out at me. She seems to be in the basement. What? Wait a minute. Why is Zoe saying this? She seems to be in the basement, so I have to wait a little. Isn't that what I'm supposed to say? It's winter. Okie dokie. Who? What? Is she referring to the flower as she? Whatever. No questions. A few minutes later, but Zoe still hadn't returned. I was starting to get worried when the door was suddenly flung open and Alice came into the library. She looked surprised seeing me here. What are you doing here with your clothes on, you pervert? Am I not allowed to be here? I said rudely to her. Alice was clearly a bit overwhelmed. And what do I care? She snorted and headed to Zoe's table. And why are you here then? Alice measured me with her eyes carefully and almost opened her mouth to say something, but then seemed to change her mind and turned away, hiding her hands behind her back. Returning a book, are we? I blurted the first thing off the top of my head. It's none of your business, she replied with a hint of hesitation. Well, what book is it? Alice was silent. Oh, come on, let me see it. I've already seen other things today. I wonder what Miss High Voltage Keep Away reads. It's none of your business. Her voice was even less confident. Okay, I don't insist or anything. In fact, I was quite interested to find out what Alice was reading. Moreover, I was quite amused to see a book in her hands. TV, movies, or a computer. Even if one wasn't available here, all those things seemed to be more appropriate to entertain a girl like her. But she had a book instead. I chose this last time, but what happens if I try to... Because again, I'm thinking classic video game logic. If I'm on her path, does this matter? If I'm on Sylvia's path, does this matter? Oh, because... Okay, fine. My curiosity won. I struck the right moment and Alice was looking away from me and I snatched the book. Ouch! She screamed. In the following second, her face turned in such an expression that it made me question my decision. If I'm about to die, at least I will know for what. Gone with the Wind was in my hand. It was the same book that Lena was reading that evening on the bench. I was astonished that I completely forgot about my immediate death. Isn't it interesting? Yeah, Alice answered without enthusiasm, blushing. Okay then. I handed the book back to her. Alice threw it on a table and left the library quickly without looking at me. So, human things aren't alien to her. In the end, she too is a girl. After quickly reviewing everything that just happened, I concluded that there was actually nothing that strange. Finally, Zoe, deep groan, came out from her sex dungeon and reached the corner library. Grab it! What? Oh, okay. I passed by the bookshelves and beheld the librarian sitting near the trapdoor, leaning in the basement with a small sack next to her. What might actually is a storehouse down there. I already got though. Excuse me, that was a whiskey. I took the sack and left the library. Now last time I was trying for Lena, accidentally got Alice. If I actually got the book last time, would I have changed the ending with Alice? Interesting. I don't know. Thank goodness it wasn't too heavy, so I carried it down to Olga's cabin without much effort.